Hey, Phil from Got Memories here. A classic common case of videotapes that when you get the label, you see this, and then, it's got some stamp on it, etc. But you put it in, hit play, and let's have a look. And it's...
This morning I was helping him get settled.
And you go, oh, they just recorded over it. Every company out there just goes, yep, TV recording, sorry, don't do those because it's copyright material, or they just, they go, right, cool, boom. Now, with a quality video transfer company, somebody that you're paying good money to, rightfully so, takes the time to use their brain, not seasonal working, $12 an hour brains that do not care because they got to get on TikTok and they got to check their feeds and their reels and all that kind of stuff. More important things to do than actually do the job that they're paid to do. Not very well. That's why they don't do their job properly the first time around. So a professional video transfer company is going to spend the time to check, did you record the whole thing or the counter's reading? And then, see, still, okay, you don't give up. Again, a professional transfer company, one that has ridiculous reviews, they care, have attention to detail, and will spend the time doing this to search through these tapes, because there is no quick way of searching through videotapes. See, as suspected. Now this, to the average person, it's not your stuff. You're like, I don't care. Oh, look, and it ended. So 55, oh no, keeps going. Okay, so the average person that's like, oh, this is junk. Now to someone else, this is their father, their uncle, their brother. Who knows what the human story is behind this stuff? Classic, footage that means nothing to nobody except for one person on the planet that is like, this is all I have. So if you're hiring a professional that takes their time to go through this absolute jumbled mess of manual processes, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to rewind it, because you can't rewind this. You rewind it, people forget what it's like to fast forward and rewind videotapes with a blindfold on.
I met the girl I want to marry, Mother.
Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to start capturing it from this point on, because I'm not going to spend forever trying to cue it up to the same point. I'm just going to capture this, and then I know that it's going to get into the mariachi band or what have you, and then once that tape is done, I'm going to trim the blank off at the end, and I'm going to trim this soap opera crap off at the front, so they're only going to have a file with the actual footage. Now that is the standard. That's what you should be doing if you own a transfer company. Basics, so basic, but time, it does take time. If you're doing it yourself, don't give up. You don't think, oh, it's just TV. No, you never know what's on these videotapes, because people did things in a disarray, haphazard manner 35, 40 years ago. You can't remember what you had for breakfast this morning. I'm one of those. Let alone what was done all those years ago. So if you're looking at a transfer company and all these Google AdWords, Facebook ads, Legacy Box, Southtree, Kodak Digitizing, as I say again in every single damn video, iMemories, Dig My Pics, all these 1-800 number crap companies, do not send them your stuff, because they do not check any of this stuff, which is mandatory when you're doing this, but they don't do any of it. And as I keep screaming from the hilltops to everybody, do not send your stuff to these companies at all. You do your homework. The reviews are atrocious. It's a sweatshop environment. Just, oh my God. So anyway, yes, hiring a professional company. They're gonna hopefully take the time. If you do own a transfer company and you do top-notch work, you know exactly what I'm talking about here. And but nobody uses their brains and goes, wait a minute, let me see if I can undo the mess that someone created all those years ago. Here we go, boom, right here. The footage is going 1992. You know, this tape, that was the casing, pretty dusty there, but it's coming through nice and clear. Audio's good. And yeah, so that's that. So that is kind of the ins and outs when you do get these videotapes and they're blank or they've got things written on them, and then you put it in and there's no picture. Fast forward for a bit. You got to check, because the kids used to get hold of the cameras, record things, watch it back, not cue it up correctly. I'm searching for hidden footage that people didn't even know existed. And that's why I charge a premium, not crazy prices. You know, my average order is about $1,000, which one camcorder back in the day would cost you that at a minimum. Some of them were $8,000-9,000 back in the early days. So I am here doing all of this background work, undoing the pack rat haphazard mess that people left things in, and I'm unscrewing everything to make it all neat and tidy, so it all is found and good quality and all of that stuff. And if you're looking for a company to do all of this top-notch, heartfelt brain work, then gotmemories.com. Fill out the quote form. If you're looking around kicking tires, you just looking for cheap pricing and that's all you care about, 2 options. Well, one, don't fill out the quote form. But if you just don't want to pay to get any of this stuff done and you don't really care about it, which is fine, you know, I'm not hitting up people with that. But 1 or 2 options. Yeah, you can try one of these shitbox companies and you're going to get crap back, or just save yourself the money and headache and throw your stuff away. Some people don't want to keep all their memories. They're just like, I just don't really give a crap about it. I want to move forward and just that. But if you care about your memories and you want top quality work done, you pay a company with really high Google scores, lots of reviews, YouTube channel, all this kind of stuff. So you can see the person that's digitizing your memories and also their passion, attention to detail, all of this stuff. So yeah, you're going to have to pay to get it done correctly. You buy cheap, you buy 4 times in some cases, as some of my customers have finally found me after wasting 3 different attempts with other companies. And they give it to me and they go, oh my God. And I'm like, yeah, you would have actually saved money, and the headache and the anxiety and all the drama, phone calls, emails. My God, I see reviews from a local company here in Phoenix, and I'm not going to name names, but I'm going to say that they're on Cave Creek Road, and atrocious, and a 3.7, 3.6 or something on Google. I don't know. It's awful. And I see these reviews, right? And they're like 5,000 word essays, and you read it and it's completely avoidable. These same people that leave in 1-star reviews and have all this drama probably called me and went, oh, that's more money. I'm going to save, oh, you want $400. This guy's going to be $320 once they get in the door, adding sales tax, adding all these add-on crappy fees. And then they go, oh, man, that's actually $20 more than the guy told me, but whatever, I'm here. And then 3 months later, 4 months later, 5 months later, no phone calls, no return emails, nothing. And then they're like trying to get their stuff back from this guy, and they can't get hold of him. Doesn't open, won't answer, voicemail's full. I mean, all sorts of drama. And I think these people that have left these 1-star reviews, all this drama, probably called me. And then they moved on and they went, you know what? I'm going to save myself $40. And then heaps of drama. And I hear it again and again from around the country of just yahoos and companies that are just doing shit work. They think it's easy. They think this industry's easy entry. Get a VCR and a capture card. Woo! Never ran a business in their life. And don't know anything about customer service, don't know what. The only time I hear these cracky stories, I'm like, you know what? The only explanation is crack. On a cracky story, there's crack involved. So someone's on the drugs and on the pipe and just so you do not want to hand your stuff over to just anybody because you've got one copy. How many backups have you got of your memories? Nobody has any backups, and yet it's like handing them a hard drive with all of your stuff on it, and you just go, here you go, and then hoping for the best. Meanwhile, avoiding all these people that leave but 1-star reviews on crappy companies' websites. You go, you left that review a week ago. They've been at 3.7 on Google for about a year and a half. Did you not look at the reviews? I mean, my God, it astounds me on the just haphazard nature that people are just handing over their stuff to just anybody. Blows my mind. But whatever. I mean, it's YouTube content, I guess, but I don't know. I'd rather not be listening to the stories. I have to listen sometimes to bad stories. First thing on the phone, they're like, oh my God, so I saw your video, and then I went to Legacy Box, and then what happened was this and that and the other. I'm like, I already know the story. I've heard it a million times before, but yet people keep talking for like the next 8 minutes. And I'm like, I know. I get it. It's shit. You made a really, really poor decision. And it was completely avoidable because you did not go on your phone for about 3 seconds and get off Instagram and go over to Google reviews and just read the stories, because there's about 70 stories in 1-star reviews with the exact word for word story of yours on top of all the other shit stories. So here we are. It's going to be Cyber Monday tomorrow, and all these shitbox companies are going to be sending out blast emails, 65% off. 70% off. Ooh, we're 75% off. Oh my God, and people in droves are going to be clicking and paying up front and thinking, oh my God, it's November 27th. Hopefully I'll get it in time for Christmas. No, you will get that in time for Labor Day next year. Maybe. Or never at all, because all the jobs I'm getting in right now to redo have all not been touched. They just put stickers on things, charge you $400 for 40 videotapes, and 40 videotapes come back 6 months later with 40 stickers on them telling you that they cannot digitize the footage because you left it in a shitty part of your house that it's caused mold, deterioration, heat damage, cold damage, middle of the road damage. I don't know, but they are not digitizing shit. Now, whether that's down to the management or whether it's down to haphazard minimum wage, uncaring employees that don't give a flying F because they're getting paid $12 an hour, and they're like, McDonald's drive-through or work at Legacy Box. Legacy Box seems a bit cooler, somewhat different. That's what we're talking about here. Anyway, all the best to you. Use your common sense, your gut instinct on who you're going to choose to digitize your memories. Gotmemories.com if you'd like a quote. If you own a transfer company, my God, you know what I'm talking about here if you do good work. I know there's a few of you out there. But anyway, all the best to you. Enough of my rambling. Yeah. All right. Cheers. Bye.